Hey, and welcome to TuTu Tuesday. Today is going to be about eyeshadow application. I'm going to use for my personal palette this color right here. It's called Merlot. It's kind of a burgundy matte, definitely a contour color, a dark color. So I thought that might be helpful because a lot of times people are intimidated by the deep dark colors on their eyes. Okay, so tip number one is put concealer on your eyes. I'm like, my eyelids are naturally dark. So if yours are too, here's the tip. Make them a palette that matches your skin tone because you're about to see, you're not gonna see if I cover up the camera, that's for sure. Okay, so when you put concealer, or this is an under eye corrector that neutralizes, purples and dark colors, that now with a skin tone eyeshadow, basically, or not eyeshadow, skin tone eyelid, that I can put the dark where I want the dark. And notice if I try to, a lot of times we put our light color here and try to brighten, but this is tough work to try to brighten something that's already dark. But if I've neutralized it with a concealer or an under eye corrector, it's a whole lot easier to make this look bright, and then I can keep the dark just where I want it. So tip number one, start with a smooth skin tone palette so you can put your colors where you want them, not where they naturally are, which is, for me, dark everywhere. Okay, then what people tend to do is also use just big, wide fan brushes everywhere for every color. This is our all over eyeshadow. Now let's think about that. Do we want dark contour color all over? Definitely not. So we're not going to use a big all over brush for a contour color, but let's go ahead and just do it anyway so I can show you. All right, so don't go too low. So a lot of times when people do the rainbow motion, they go too low. So I'm doing this rainbow motion in the crease. This is a common way that women apply their eyeshadow. They kind of push it into that crease, right? So they take it too far in here because you don't want that dark color in here. But the kicker is they go too low right here with the other end of that rainbow. And so you can kind of see when it comes past this line, and I naturally stop, so it's kind of hard for me to do what women do, but when you go too low right here, it feels like you're still in your crease because the brush naturally goes there, but look how it looks tired, right? So that eyeshadow a lot of times for women just goes past this line where if you held your brush from nose to edge of your eye to the edge of your eyebrow, that's basically the stop place. And when you take it here, see, it kind of makes your eye look sad and droopy. Okay, I might have exaggerated it a little bit, but sometimes no. Sometimes I see women put on eyeshadow and it just goes right there and it just makes you look sad. Okay, so on the other side, let me go ahead and even it out so that it's a fair comparison. Okay, so we're gonna brighten for an even palette, but I'm gonna use the crease brush. So see how it's a little bit smaller. Obviously it's angled. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little tiny bit high, not low, high up on the brow. I'm actually above the crease and just putting a little bit. I know this sounds crazy, but I'm done. Okay, so just notice how it didn't go past that line, okay? So I'm inside that doorway. I'm not gonna add any more. I'm not gonna use this brush that has the dark color on it, okay? So then I can do a blending color. Actually, I don't even have any color on this, but if you take a clean brush or one that's muted with a different color, you can kind of move it around, not move it down, but kind of move it up and over, okay? So it's staying high. So can you see the lift? Right, so it's just, I have no other color except one dark contour color on there, okay? But just because I kept it literally on the bone, not inside the crease, but right above it, in that one little spot, it gives a little bit of an eye lift versus hidden in the crease when I open my eye and looking sad on the other side. So I hope that helps today, and see you next week for TuTu Tuesday.